Let me slowly sit down for this one because this one is really hot. This topic that's bugging and spinning in my head is really hot. But as always, before I go on to my tangent, I need to say hello, okay? I have to show this courtesy of hello and thank you for tuning in. Because today's topic is giving me a headache. A headache I do not want to hear in 2020 future. Oh my Jesus in heaven. I am so tired. I am so exhausted. My ear is so woozing with so many people coming on and speaking red flags. It gives me shockwave to my system. Red flags. Oh my God. That statement should be the statement of the future, of the year, of the present tense of people living now and here. Red flags, red flags, red flags. Something happens, red flags. Something did not happen, red flag. One happened, red flag. 20 million happened, red flags. Why? God in heaven. The word red flag has been so misused. I am just like in awe. It's everywhere. It's in all the comments. It's in all the advice button. And I'm saying, is there no other word or way to express something with that red flag? My goodness. I needed to like take a moment and breathe before I even go and change myself into a red flag. But now, let's get to what was dragging my brain, okay? The first thing that was getting on my nerves, on my Jesus nerves, is people blaming a blind man for not seeing the red flag. You should have known better. Why didn't you know this? When I was your age, I knew this. When I was living in Chicago, I knew that. When I was living in somewhere, I knew this. Not everybody have eyes to see red flag. Is what I did not aware of this simple fact. You can take a bat, okay? A bat as an animal out of its cave and bring it to the light. It will still be a blind bat. It cannot see the light. In fact, seeing the light will be harming the animal. Then some people will be screaming, why are you not seeing the red flags? And I'm asking them, are you not seeing that this is a blind person? So I give you an instance. If it rains, okay, for those that God has blessed them without the gift of sight, I mean physical sight, they can stand outside when it's raining. They can feel it. They can experience this touch of water sensation, but they can never see it. They cannot. Being registered blind it takes a lot to register somebody blind. So now I am looking at people who have sight and they are not even aware that with their sight they cannot see that certain group of people are not equipped, do not have the knowledge available to them as at the time this was happening to them. So, and these other people who's got claiming they've got sight and understanding, they know all the red flags and what it looks like, they come and belittle somebody else. I was like, are they for real? For goodness sake, are they for real? Why? Why will you have to be going on and on about this red flag thing? Sometimes just human error, just normal error that somebody would do is red flag. Nobody's even allowed to make mistakes anymore. If you make a mistake, it's red flag. I was like, why? Can people calm down? Are we no longer allowed to make mistakes? That we should be corrected without all these red flags coming into this topic. This red flag, it's got so many angles So this one is the one that the people screaming at the top of their voices, you should have seen, this is a red flag. They don't even see it, because if they actually are aware that some people are blind, default, there's no way you can, there's no miracle that can, you know, open their eyes, then they will stop screaming to every Tom, Dick, and Harry, oh, it's red flag. That was one of the things that was giving me a headache. Victim shaming, victim blaming, beating somebody down for not knowing something. It's already a problem for me. And the people claiming that they know all these red flags, they can't even see that they are causing the problem. They are the red flags themselves. By going to accuse the poor bat of not seeing, that's a red flag. They should be checking their own head. They should be checking their mental space and how they're experiencing life. Another thing I want to give as an example is, if for some reason, I think we've got friends, family, we've seen them in movies and stuff, and we have them like life examples. Some people will get anesthetics. When people are under anesthetics, say for example, a lady's about to give birth, she's gone through cesarean, or somebody's going through like a major surgery, okay? And this person has been injected or been given, you know, anesthetics, and they are paralyzed, and they've gone into a deep sleep. They've been put to sleep just so that they could work on them and heal them. And then the building starts to shake. How do you expect the person to stand up and run? That person cannot stand up and run. The person can't stand up and move. But there's this group of people, the red flag armies. They will come and be screaming, why didn't you stand up and run, Manny? There is red flag here. That's a red flag. You should have stood up and ran. You should have known better that there was war outside. Who does that? That's how I hear and see these people. This red flags army. That's what I've decided to call them. Red flag army. The red flag managers. The red flag police. Policing everything under the sun. Nobody's applying common sense to say, oh, this was actually somebody who is in the hospital, and then for some reason, maybe there's a fire in that building, that person can't stand up and run. Another group of people in the hospital, circumstances might not allow people see the so-called red flag. This red flag army are screaming about the place. So I'm begging anybody who is in this red flag army, they need to go and resign themselves from there, because they've lost their common sense of thinking. They've lost their inner mind to rationalize that certain circumstances, certain events in people's life may not even allow them see it. If you drive in a foggy road and you've got headlights on, you are asked to be careful, because you've just entered a dangerous, let me call it, environment. Sometimes people don't even know that it will be foggy on their journey. They would have been coming from a different geography area and it's sunny and all that, and they drive into somewhere and then it's foggy. Nobody can predict the day or the future or whatever it is. So when people are telling you should have seen the red flag, how are they supposed to see it? When people woke up this morning and they were going on their merry way, did they know that a drunken person would, run into them, or an impatient driver be honking at them? If you've joined the red flag army and you have lost your mind, please come out of that team. Go back and become a normal human being that's got emotion, that's got sentiment, that's got logic, that all their mindset is intact. Before you go around the internet and screaming, red flag, should have seen the red flag. You are really doing the red flag a disservice. So I was like, for the sake of this self-love that I've hooked up here, this is my small teeny weeny rose, for the sake of this rose that's keeping me sane, I was like, no way, Jose. No way in the right mind of human beings can they just be screaming this red flag national anthem. So please, if you are one of those people going around in the past, future, you need to ask yourself, how was this person existing? What circumstances did they find themselves? Were they able to see it? What was blinding them? What was casting a wool over their eyes or his eyes? Why couldn't they make a rational decision as at the time that they were? It's not because they didn't see the red flag. Maybe some people don't even know what it looks like. Like I said previously from my first example, the person without sight cannot see that your red flag you're screaming about. The bat that cannot see daylight cannot see that red flag you're screaming about. Okay? Some people are just, they are like that mentally. Some people are not quick to grab things. Some people are like walking around in this world unaware. Their environments have shaped them like that. The people they grew up have shaped them like that. What you see as red flag might just be somebody's everyday normal. And so why are you here screaming, red flag, you should have seen it? I was like, they cannot see it. Okay? You don't even have the same eyes as them. 2020 vision, people are wearing glasses for whatever visual correction. People are wearing, lenses to read better. And you're screaming, you should have seen this alphabet. But no, they can't, honey. They can't. I can't even see all the red flags. Like I'll say, the fact when you feel like you've known everything, you should be 6 feet under. Give people chance to learn. Give people chance to make their own mistakes. Give people the chance to say, oh, I didn't know this, but I'm willing to learn. But if you go around just going bang, 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 red flag, bang, bang, please put the whole microphone you're screaming with at the top of your voice. You're constituting nuisance. You're not even helping the people. You're giving them a headache like you're giving me a headache. And the way people are even communicating the red flag is the worst way. Is that accusation. Why didn't you see it? Why didn't you? Oh my God, how can you be this like that? How do you not use the brain like that? Wow. Couldn't you say, oh, I have observed something. And these are the things I've observed. You put a list down. If you're so wanting to help with this red flag, recruitment service. Can you, when you see things like that, please can you slow down and think twice? No, you're going around accuser of the brethren. Why? You should have known better. How old are you? You are 40. You're 50. You're 20. You're 16. I'm like, how old am I? That I haven't even known 1/3 of what's going on in this world. But you, the red flag army, recruiter, broadcaster, personal assistant to red flag, you're just screaming the whole place down. So please, this is just my one teeny penny of thoughts. Okay? It's not that big, but please. I'm not saying you should not speak about red flag, or say it in a way that will encourage somebody to come in. So imagine if the red flag was a Tesla car, it was your Gucci bag, it was one high-end thing. How do you get customers to listen, to come in and buy your red flag? Okay? That's all I'm saying. How do you present, expressing, teaching people about it? Don't go around screaming and tearing people down because they didn't have the knowledge or the information that could have helped them see it. They don't even have the sight. That's why we've got a different and alternative way for anybody without sight to see and read and enjoy the same novel you and I are reading. It's called the Braille. Every medication you buy, things you see is behind. You can feel the braille. I don't know how to read it, but if somebody without sight touches it, they can feel it and read all the same things you and I are reading, because somebody's found a way to put the same information in two different patterns, so they can feel it, they can read it. But you are here screaming. You're screaming to somebody who has no hearing to hear you. Some people are deaf and they need what's it called, an audiologist to help them hear. They need a hearing aid. And sometimes when you go into a shop, you see the sign for the hearing aid. If you are wearing hearing aid, they give you a sign to turn the volume down and adjust it to a T. Have you adjusted your volume so that the man or woman who has never heard of red flag, so that when they hear it, it doesn't become noise in their ear? Don't go around screaming red flag, red. My goodness. Such energy people have put in to speak about it. And I was like, no. Today, I've had enough of this red flag armies. Today, I've had it up to here. Okay? Before I had it up to here, it was choking me. But now it's like, no. I've kind of come past the choking. It's here. So if you're one of those people, if you're in your home, offices, wherever you may find yourself, and wherever you find people and I gathering, please explain red flags to people just in a good way. Today I'm not going to talk about what red flags look like and that, because it might be different in different people's homes or different in, you know, stuff. But there is one that all of us will come to an agreement. That's the third culture, I say the middle one. But as today is the way this word is being thrown around. Red flag! Everybody's screaming at the top of their voice. They put on all their gear and screaming, red flag. You should have known it, red flag. It's like left round, left right, red flag. Really? Where? Whose flag is this red flag? Anyway, if I may ask. What country is this flag all about? What nation flies this flag? The nation of people screaming? Or the nation of people trying to, you know, uplift and make a better society of all the people in the world and I? Gosh, slow down, people. It's that deep, but we can get to the bottom of this problem, okay? Red flag is a big issue. Yes, we agree, but we can get to the bottom of it safely. We can get to the bottom of it, you know, with the right tools. After all, people are digging the Atlantic Ocean to find gas, oil and gas. They are not just standing up and dive inside. They've brought tools, they've brought research, they've brought how this job must be achieved. So if you're going to achieve a society where people should recognize red flags, please, let's educate people and stop screaming and stop, you know, blaming and stop shaming and stop arguing and stop condemning. No. These red flag people, I see them as another religious fanatic people. So if you're a red flag army and you have become a fanatic, nah, you are not serving the people. You're just serving your ego. On this note, on this small topic notes that I've had enough of all of this. Carry on. You need to stop right now. If you're not stopping, we need to slow down. If you're not slowing down, we need to find a better way of explaining red flag to people. Okay? It's not that hard for us to calm down and speak. So, whatever. As I will say, whatever. Okay? On a serious note, please. If you're in the red flag army, we can do better. Okay? Can do better. Because there's no point screaming and just chasing people away and nobody's learning. Okay? Love to leave you as always. If you have anything, leave it in the pie chat. And as a community of pie people, I'll see you in my next video. If there's anything again is bugging me, making me happy, sad, and all my emotions, I will be back to discuss it with you. And if you are not yet, no, don't let me ask you to subscribe. Do whatever you like. It's a free will anyway. So as always, I'll appreciate if you actually subscribe. So see you later. Bye. And see you on my next video. Love always.